there was a lot of them. What does that represent?
No, Sanat Kumara is only one. There were 7 holy Kumaras.
Okay, what does Kumara mean?
It's a level of initiation. I don't know the whole thing of it, but Sanat Kumara is Lord of the world for Venus. In other words, he's planetary logos.
Okay, but
He
I
came
just wanted
here.
to know when he was in Venus.
He came here 4.5 million years ago.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
to
I
save
know
Earth.
that. Yeah.
Do you know
Save
the
Earth.
story?
Yeah, I know. The story.
Yeah, I did.
So he
read it.
volunteered to
Yes,
come
to
here.
come
He
and save
volunteered to
Earth.
come here.
It was in 1954, at the end of the year, that he was released and allowed to go back to Venus. And at that time, Gautama Buddha became Lord of the
But he's
world.
still involved with the Earth,
Of course he is. He'll never not be involved.
and it's why his twin flame came too.
Well, his twin flame stayed home.
That's
I
right.
know,
hold the
but then
balance.
she came back.
Yeah, but she stayed to hold the balance on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Because,
he came with how many people? He came with quite a few
oh, who
volunteers.
knows? I was there. Saint Germain was there.
I still don't understand what Kumara meant on Venus.
I don't know exactly either. I don't think that's important. I know that it's a level of initiation. And it's like Melchizedek. What does that mean? What does Chohan mean? Well, we can know what it means in terms of what we know. But what does Chohan really mean? Well, it means Lord.
Oh, Lord.
So there's a lot of confusion here about who the Kumaras are. There are 7 Kumaras. Only 5 of them were revealed so far.
Do
I
we
think-
know those other 5? Are they?
Well, I
Ones
think
that we
Jesus,
know.
they called Jesus Sananda, right?
Yeah.
I have never heard anything definite from the masters about that. But Sananda is the name of a Kumara. Sanaka is the name of a Kumara. I don't have those memorized, but those are 3 names of Kumaras. Sanat Kumara. They're all similar. And I assume they are 7, there's 7 of them. So I assume they are a hierarchy within a hierarchy within a hierarchy. I know they're higher than, let's put it this way, Saint Germain is the hierarch of the Aquarian Age, but he's also the hierarch of the 7th ray. And that's only because no one has taken over the 7th ray. Someone in embodiment now needs to take over the 7th ray, so he, like Nada took over for Jesus,
Yeah.
so he can move away from that office. Not that he's going to move away from his connection with Earth, because he obviously is still connected.
Yeah.
He's the hierarch of the Aquarian Age.
Yeah.
But
that's
Nada is on the karmic board, and she's still being a Chohan. Well, karmic board is higher than Chohan. What does that mean? It means that someone has to hold an office for that energy to be available on the planet. And the Kumaras, I think, and I never actually went to any great length to find out what it meant, but Kumaras, I assumed, were associated with Venus. And whether they were the hierarchy on Venus. Venus is our sister planet. Venus is 1 full round ahead of us on Earth. Mercury is 2 full rounds ahead of us, which means that when we were here, Venus was here, Mercury was here.
So everything has a cycle, really, to me.
Duh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Darkness has its cycle, light has
Yeah.
its cycle.
Well, everything has a cycle of manifestation, even at this level. Not everything will stay where it is.
No.
It's not supposed to, it can't.
No, the
Literally
steps,
can't
yeah.
stay where
Gotta
it
put
is.
those steps.
It will either go forward or backward.
That's true.
The planets, I'm going to make a statement here. I'm testing whether it makes sense or not. The planets are really on a schedule. They are on a schedule that is balanced by what we call the cosmic clock. Humanity is on the same schedule, but we have free will not to do things on schedule.
Now the planet doesn't have free will.
Well, I'm saying I don't know whether it does or not. I'm sure at some level it does. But see, the Elohim were asked by Helios and Vesta whether they would build the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to
I
say
know that
yes.
story, yeah.
Will you build the earth according to the plan that we received from from Alpha and Omega.
Oh,
Okay, will you? Yes, we will. We agree to it. So they agreed they're building the plan according to the plan they got from Alpha and Omega. Is that the end of it? I don't think so. There's probably another hierarchy beyond them.
oh yes, there always is.
You know, it's kind of like, I don't think it ends, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I say I've never heard Kumaras associated definitely with anything else that told me what their place in hierarchy might be. I'm assuming from my own knowledge and from what I've been given that they're above Earth's hierarchy because the whole of the planet is ascended. Are you familiar with the term laggards?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so
Yes.
you
I
know
did
that
a lot
the,
of extensive reading, not just.
the laggards were allowed to embody on planet Earth.
Yes.
And this is
Yes,
why
they were.
this
They
is
brought us
why
down, yeah.
that happened about 10 million years ago
Mm.
when we were shifting from Lemurian times to Atlantean times. And that was really
Was that planet Malduk?
Maldek and Mars.
Oh, Mars.
See, Mars had
Mars
a bunch
did, yeah.
Mars had a bunch of individuals who would not bend the knee. They didn't want to ascend. And Maldek, the hierarchy there, the lower hierarchy I call them, the lower hierarchy there blew up the planet.
Yes,
Rather
and
than
I
ascend.
read that, and it kind of like they blew up their planet, and then there were other ones.
Now they're
that
the
blew up.
asteroid belt, yeah.
Yeah, then there were other ones that blew, and I'm going, wow, this is happening over and over again.
We have free will to do that here.
That's right.
That's why the masters say, well, because of free will, we can only indicate what, according to divine plan, is supposed to happen. We can't say what
That's
will
right.
happen.
Everything can change.
Because you can change your mind, and so can you, and if you do, it's going to affect everything.
That's true. That's true.
So that's why we're in the education business, is we're hoping to give people an educated choice. We don't want to make their choice for them, but we want to say, well, hey, you haven't got all the information here.
That's
If
right.
you had more information, you might change your idea about what's important and how to do it. And that's what we're looking to do. And in that sense, the jury's still out on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They had decided that they were going to cancel Earth. Hierarchy decided
Yes, I remember.
4.5
that story.
million years ago.
That's when Sanat
That's when
Kumara
Sanat Kumara
came
volunteered.
forward.
Yeah, to save
And if
the
he
Earth.
had not come forward, it would have.
They would,
There
yeah.
would be no Earth.
We
We
wouldn't be
didn't-
around.
There wouldn't be
I would have never come here
No.
again. As a human, I wouldn't have come here. So when he came, a bunch of us volunteered to come. And that was the whole idea, was that we
That's
came
true.
before Sanat Kumara to try to prepare. Saint Germain was my general or captain or whatever you want to call him. He was the one that I followed here. And Cthulhu came from here. El Moria came from Mercury. You know, there were beings of high attainment who came from all over the
help,
galaxy
yeah, to
to help with Sanat Kumara's
I actually
exile.
came.
We all agreed. We said, well,
Yes, we want
I'll
to.
go. You know, we didn't know any better. We were ascended.
You know what it's
We
like
were
on the
ascended.
surface.
We'd forgotten. Oh, well, we can hold the balance for that. We came down here, and boy, it was dense. Oh God, it was dense. And we thought, well, knowing what I know, we can do better. We get here, we densify. We don't know
You
what
drink,
we know.
you take something that disappears your memory.
Yeah, it's the dregs of your memory left, and you have to re-establish contact with your higher self,
Yes.
re-establish contact with the truth, re-establish contact with the hierarchy. And if you don't do that in every embodiment, you get farther and farther away
Yes.
until mankind lost the ability to contact the masters easily. You know, I mean, we used to walk and talk with angels.
I know.
So it's changed, but what I'm saying here is that this was an opportunity that had to come for us to get this chance to do what we're doing. And Gautama Buddha, being graduated to become Lord of the world, or planetary logos, and allowing Sanat Kumara to be once again back on Venus as he wished, that was the major shifting of the planet.